Heart of a Woman.
So guys, we're back. Heart of a Woman with Dr. Victoria Michaels Jefferson. And if you missed our first part of our program, don't worry, we have some reruns on a Thursday, so you'll catch up with us, yeah? So we're here, and before we went to break, we were talking about balancing.
Yes.
And we spoke about marriage and women and being in ministry. And how do you spend that time with your husband? You said date night. I do believe in date night.
Date night is very important. And let me explain that. You don't have to have so much money.
No, you don't.
You don't even have to go out.
No, you don't.
Just creating an atmosphere for the two of
Girl,
you.
Yeah.
Just the two of you. Give him attention.
Yes.
And let him give you attention. Someone like me, I like movies, but my husband doesn't like to watch TV.
Okay. So how do you balance that?
See? So what we do is, now he's changing a little bit. I'll say to him, babe, just try it. Let's go to the movies. We both like restaurant. We go, not necessarily expensive restaurant.
Right, yes.
I love to hold hands. I'm a touchy person.
Okay.
He was not. But gradually, he started getting used to it, and he find that he likes it too.
Yeah.
So we can sit down in the front of the house laughing, just giggling like two young people, just creating that quality time for yourselves. And what I have also done is, I'm very, very conscious because I'm a busy woman. People are calling me from different parts of the world. So when I'm with my husband, no.
Yes.
It's that time is for him.
Him, exactly.
That time is for him. So I'm going to say this to married women, and especially for those of you in ministry, please, when you are home, you are not a minister of anybody out there. Be a wife and be a mother if you have children, because there's a tendency to go back home and still be acting like a pastor or act like a businesswoman. The way we conduct our businesses in our offices or politics, no. When you're out there, we women in leadership, you tend to be strong because of you are leading and all that. But when you get home, you are not leading your husband.
No, you're not.
You have to be able to just leave the heart out there and come home. And just be a wife.
Yes.
When I get home, I remove my shoes straight to the kitchen.
Yes. So you do cook and prepare your meals.
Oh, I cook. I cook, and I carry my tray. Even though I have a cook in my house, he will say to me, "Oh, Mom, let me carry it." Sometimes I let him carry it, but I follow, and I make sure I serve my husband.
Of course, and that is something I'm glad you said that, because you see a trend today that women, we are educated, we are businesswomen, we are doing quite well. And you're hearing a lot of women, oh, I don't need a man, or I might be married and I don't have to, and I do all those things. It is important, I believe, that you let your husband feel like the man that he's supposed to be.
And he's your first child, really.
Of course.
You have to take care of his clothes, how he looks outside. I tell
women,
your husband's appearance is a reflection of who you are as a woman.
Definitely.
You can't be all that and your wife and your husband is not. You must pay attention to his clothes, pay attention to everything, to him.
To him.
Yes.
That is key.
And what people need to know is, whether you make more money than your husband, whether you are more educated than your husband, it doesn't matter. In the eyes of God, whoever you marry becomes your head.
Yes.
And I tell women all the time, please do not marry any man that you're not willing to submit to. You know why? You end up hurting yourself.
Yes.
Because by the way God puts it, your husband, the way you submit to your husband, is going to open blessings to you.
Oh, definitely.
And if the man is not saved, if we can quickly talk about that one too, there are situations that the husband is not born, is not saved, is not even a Christian, and the wife is a Christian, or even in ministry, or vice versa. I believe more. We've been talking about our character and the way we live our lives. being a Christian is a lifestyle.
Of course it is.
For me,
yes.
It's beyond just carrying the Bible or quoting the scripture. If your spouse is not saved, if your spouse does not believe in your God, love is so powerful.
Oh, yes, it is.
People don't understand how powerful love is. Do you know the greatest thing that can change someone is love?
Love, yes, yes.
Love. And I tell women whose husbands are not yet believers, it can be painful, but do it on your knees.
Yes.
Especially when he's not there. Pray for him. And when he's there, show him love.
Love, yes.
And you'll be amazed what God can do with that.
So it's like you are showing God is being demonstrated through you.
That's how it is.
That's how it is.
Yes.
Yes, definitely. And I'm also, so we want to talk about destiny, when destiny calls.
Oh, once.
I so love that, when destiny calls. Do you believe that it is important for us to find out what God's purpose and what your destiny is as a Christian? Let's look at women. As a woman of God, is it important? So you got saved. Is it important to find out what your destiny is, what your purpose is?
Extremely. You are living, the reason you're in existence is for purpose.
Yes.
That's why you're alive.
Definitely.
Every human being that God has created, and I need women to understand this, you are breathing, you are alive for a purpose. If there was no purpose attached to your life, then there's no reason to be alive. And because we live in different cultures,
Yes.
there are some cultures, I've been to different parts of the world, where women have come to me and cried and asked me this question and said to me, how did you find your purpose? How did you get here? Because there's some culture that are still oppressing women.
Women, yes.
That think that women are not important, but that's not true. The Bible tells us that God created them male and female,
yes.
which means the men are important. And the role of men are completely different from the role of a woman. But doesn't mean that the women are not important. So it's important, woman, whatever you do, never allow circumstances of life, never allow the words of people, negative words of people, to stop you from finding who you truly are. Those dreams in you, God put that dream in you. And I tell people, you want to know your purpose in life, find out your dream.
Yes.
What are you passionate about?
Yes.
What keeps you up at night? You are thinking, whether it looks like it's impossible to achieve.
Yes.
Let me tell you, as long as you have that dream inside of you, nothing will ever be impossible.
Yes.
You can get there.
Yeah. I know people ask me, so how do you know what it is? And I will always say, that thing you go to bed with thinking about, and that thing you think about during the day when nobody else is watching, that thing that's constantly in your head, that thing you wake up in the morning and as you open your eyes you think about, that's it.
Yeah, go for it.
That is it.
And then understand that purpose comes in different depths, just like life.
Yes.
Don't be afraid to take that first step. As you take it by faith, the rest will begin to unfold gradually, gradually, gradually. Nobody ever gets there completely.
Definitely. And you know what I've observed in my own life? That little portions, little things, and you may think that, but this has nothing to do with what I'm thinking about. And then it comes full circle.
Yes.
And it's complete. And to me, destiny and purpose, as you said, different levels.
Different levels.
Because if, as a child, you're not able to grasp or even to accommodate something that when you were 20, what you're doing now, you will not be able to do it.
Absolutely not.
You couldn't handle it.
No.
You couldn't handle it at all.
And God knows what we can handle.
Definitely.
At a particular season. I mean, there was a season in my life that I could have sworn I would not do what I'm doing now.
I know.
As a matter of fact, I despised it because
Yes.
I grew up, my parents are pastors. Growing up, I knew from the beginning that one, I was going to be famous. They used to tell me, you crazy. It didn't matter what anybody said to me. It was in my mind.
Yeah, you felt it
I knew
deep
it
down.
did.
Yes.
And even looking back now, I can't explain it, how it got there. But I just realized that I was meant to be successful and I was meant to help people.
Yes.
I've always knew that I was called to help people, but I thought I was going to do that through fashion and music. But you know what I tell people? Though? In pursuit of purpose in life, you will find out that you're going to have some passions, dreams that are part of your life, but not exactly your destiny.
Definitely, I love
But it
that.
will lead you
Yes.
to your destiny.
It's like training. It's like training. It's like training. It's like you're going to school, and that's part of the curriculum.
Yes.
To get to that place.
To get to that place.
Girl, I feel you. I feel, yes, exactly.
Yeah. So don't discard anything.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. You will go through so many challenges, but those challenges are not there to destroy you. The challenges can only destroy you when you forfeit your power. There's power within every woman. Woman, you are not weak. Problems might come, challenges might come. Trust me, if we have like 5 days, it's not enough to tell you my testimonies.
I know.
That
yes.
many to me to get here. But one thing that stood out is I refused to quit, no matter what came against me. So whatever is coming against you, don't quit.
Yes, don't give up.
The light will shine tomorrow.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You know, and always believe and remember this, that especially if you're a believer,
Yes.
that God has a plan and a purpose for your
He
life.
does.
Even when you mess up.
No matter how many times you
Even when you mess
Yes.
up.
Yeah.
Even when you mess up. So you get derailed.
Yes.
And I always share that, especially with young girls, you know. I would talk to a young girl and she said, but I didn't plan to get pregnant. I said, but God still He has a plan.
He has a plan.
He has a plan for that baby.
Yes.
And that baby is so much a part of you that she's part of the plan or he's part of the plan.
Yeah.
Even if you got raped, that child is a part of the destiny that God has designed for you. I'm reading this book and it's talking about purpose. And I started reading, I read a chapter over and over and over and over again. I knew it, but I wanted it to be so engrafted in my spirit to understand that, listen, it's already done.
Yeah.
It's already done.
Yeah.
Just walk into your destiny.
Walk into your destiny. I think most of the time, people look at God with a wrong mindset. God's law is unconditional.
Yes, it is.
Regardless of how many mistakes we make. And I always tell people, even when you make mistake, go back to Him.
Yes.
He's your Father.
Daddy.
His love is great.
Yes, it
and
is.
And sometimes we feel like when we make mistakes or when we derail, when we make wrong choices, be in relationship or any of those things, we feel like, oh, this is the end of it. But what people don't understand is those things are part of our destiny journey story.
Yes. So we're taking another break, guys, and we'll be right back.
Amen.
Heart of a Woman